Welcome. My name is Mike Pfeil. I'm with Family First Life Allegiance. Family First Life Allegiance is part of the FFL national umbrella. My topic today is product basics. As a new agent, it can be a bit overwhelming. When you come into the company, we have all these different carriers, all these many different products, and honestly, it can really be quite overwhelming. If you remember just to do two things, and this is what I always recommend that everyone does. If you can just pick up the phone when you get first contracted with the most important carrier we have, Americo, call their sales support desk. We really only use two main products from Americo. The first being HMS, and we use that for our mortgage protection. And you can either do it with cash back or without cash back. And then the only other product you need to learn is Eagle Premier. That is our final expense whole life product. And then the other main carrier that we use is Mutual of Omaha. And really there's only three products that we use. And I think as a new agent, really the only thing you need to focus on is two of their main products. And that is Term Life Express, which you can use as mortgage protection. And again, you can do it with cash back or without cash back. And then their Living Promise product, which we use that for final expense. So now that's really two carriers, four products. And honestly, that is the only thing that you need to know to be able to have success with our company. And if you learn those four, and what I recommend doing, even in addition to calling the carriers and calling the sales support desk, is pull out those applications and learn the nuances between Americo and from Mutual of Omaha. And then the other products that you will need, and other companies you'll need, one, you're going to have AIG. AIG is our guaranteed issue product. And then for some other final expense, you're going to want to know Prosperity and Aetna. Every other product that we use really is just going to be a variation off of our two main companies and our four main products. But as long as you have Americo, Mutual of Omaha, and then of course AIG for your guaranteed issue stuff, everything else, like I said, is really just a variation based off of that. I recommend everyone print those applications, read the questions, and understand those questions. It honestly makes your job a whole lot easier at Family First Life. Understanding what goes with each one of those products or what medications are necessary, we have two great cheat sheets, one for term, one for whole life. And they can be found in what everyone refers here as the Agent Hub. And if you have those two guidelines, it's going to make your job working here a whole lot easier. Don't let all the carriers and all the products overwhelm you. Like I said, get to know the two main ones. And once you know those very well, when you start getting into some of the other carriers and some of the other products, you're really just going to go back and reference the main two that you've learned. And again, everything is just basically a variation off of those two. Something that's going to help you out and what you need to learn how to do is simply when someone gives you a medication that they're using, learn to just simply Google that medication. I know there's a lot of apps out there and other places you can go that you need to get real involved with learning medications. But quite simply, if you just take that medication name, you plug it in Google, and really just understand exactly what that medication is used for, it makes your life a lot easier. You know, if you open up an Americo application for HMS and it says you can't have ever had a heart attack. Well, if that person is taking a drug like carvedilol, for example, and you look it up and it says it's a blood thinner that can often be used after a heart attack, well, a light bulb should immediately go off in your brain and you should know that, okay, this person obviously had a heart attack at some point in time. I can't go HMS. And if you're brand new, maybe you need to verify that with your upline. But when you call us and give us the medications, a lot of times we're going to know most of them because a lot of us have been in the business for a while. But if it's a medication that we have never heard of, we may ask you, what is that medication used for? And if you have already Googled it and understand exactly what that medication is used for, when you give us that information, it's going to make it very easy for us to understand. So get in the habit of knowing exactly the medications that they've given you and what they're used for. It's going to make your job a lot easier. One simple piece of advice that I learned a long time ago from the president of the company, Sean Mike, I remember him doing a meeting and he made something very easy, and I think it made the entire job very easy for me. He said, Mike, heart attack, stroke, or cancer never term. And so when I'm meeting with someone, and if they're at least above the age of 40, I know, well, actually, we have carriers that will go all the way down to 18 years old with final expense. But if I know that that person has ever had a heart attack, stroke, or cancer, I know that there's never going to be a term product. I know that I'm going to have to go whole life. Some of our whole life carriers will go, or some of our final expense whole life carriers will actually go down to the age of 18 years old. But again, all that stuff you don't need to overwhelm yourself with. Understand Americo, understand Mutual of Omaha, understand we do have a guaranteed issue product. You do have to be 50 years old. But if you understand really the basics, everything else in the business becomes easy. Again, what we want all the new agents to understand is help is really at your fingertips. We have posted right here our agent hotline number. You can call that number and any one of our experienced managers within the agency will be there and be able to answer that phone and give you the answer that you're looking for. So just remember, when you're out in the field, you're always just a phone call away to be able to get help on anything that you need. Again, I hope you have a great day and much success here at Family First Life.